three items. The first is, I really want to commend the commission. I think the issue of the Capen House, which got certainly vocal attention. I don't know that it's citywide, frankly, but certainly vocal attention was appreciated. I appreciate your deliberations today. I think your deliberations today are in stark contrast to some of the things that were written in emails. I was grossly disappointed with the dialogue from many of our citizens. That was accusatory, that was questioning motives, that was making it sound like, we were all ready to go line something up. I don't know how to modify behavior or say that, except to say that it's just as nasty when it's on the other foot as when it is being shared in this way. And I think there are a lot of organizations that have contributed to that, frankly. I think the rhetoric in our city needs to become much more civil. It needs to become much more adult. And it needs to become where we can discuss matters without labeling people pro this, pro that, or pro whatever. Or anti. And I think that there were people that were vilified in this process in an effort to make a point, and I just say shame on them. I think those who have done that, I think that we can do better as a city. I would also go so far as to say, when we discuss what is historical, even things like Casa Feliz and the Capen House have had bathrooms added to it. So, our distinction of what is historical is very, very interesting, I think, and probably one that I think needs to go past what I perceive as historical, or maybe even what Lindsay perceives as historical, to some sort of a standard that frankly is above the whims of individuals and above the whims of even people that we may perceive as expert. I think it just needs to get to that next level. So,
Mr. Mayor,
please, and I commend the commission, because I think each one of you have handled this gracefully and appreciative, and I'm excited that there may be a real strong solution here. Go ahead, Commissioner.
I agree, and I just wanted to, on that point, we talk a lot about the brand, and historic designation to me, it has to mean something too. And I think that as part of the overall discussion as to what that is a really important discussion to have. And it's going to be a difficult discussion, but I think you start to lessen your brand when everything gets a historic plaque on the house, whether it's just because it's 50 years old. And so I think it's a conversation we need to have that's going to be difficult, and there are going to be people who object to it. But I take that very seriously, that historic designation, and I take our brand very seriously. And I just don't want to denigrate either one of those things. It's just, to the mayor's point, it's an adult conversation. We all have to, there's not anti. I think we're probably all pro, but we need to, we may have just different approaches to it.
And I don't think there's anybody on this commission who desires knocking things down or doing any of that. And to suggest that, I think, is at best inflammatory and at worst untruthful. And I think that we just need to, I really commend you. I think you handled this gracefully and really elevated our conversation in our city. I just hope that all of our citizens